Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Courtney. If you are new here, welcome. Today's video is going to be all about showing you what you get at the hospital when you're diagnosed with gestational diabetes and the process of testing your blood sugars. I do not like needles, and for the first day of having to do this, I was petrified. And the first time I did it, I think I did it wrong and it really hurt. I'm going to show you what they give you, what they tell you to do, and how to do it. My daughter is currently watching Peppa Pig, so sorry if you can hear that in the background. Here is the little kit that you get at the hospital, and if you unzip it, it shows you here the little machine. So this is the machine that reads your blood. This little thing here is what pricks your finger. This down here is just a container of the little strips that read your blood that go into the little machine here. And this here is just a bag of needles, basically. It's gonna be different everywhere in the world and every state, even if you're in Australia. But these were subsidized for me, so basically all I had to pay for was the extra strips and the needles. And with the subsidy, it was around $30, $35. And depending on how far along you are in your pregnancy, when you get diagnosed, you are going to need to buy more. So keep that in mind. If it's not subsidized, if you're not getting anything back from Medicare, if you're not eligible for Medicare, then it's gonna cost you a little bit extra. So let's get started. First things first, everybody's diagnosis is gonna be different. So depending on how severe they deem your gestational diabetes, I'm guessing that's depending on how often you're going to have to test throughout the day. I've been told I need to test 4 times a day. First thing in the morning before I have anything, 2 hours after breakfast, 2 hours after lunch, and 2 hours after dinner. Keep in mind that during that 2-hour period where you're waiting to test, you can't snack either, which sucks because I'm a big snacker. So basically you have breakfast, you set a timer for 2 hours, you don't snack within that 2 hours, and then you test at the 2-hour mark, and then you can have a snack before lunch. This is what the inside of my little booklet looks like as to where I write my numbers down when I test. And there's a little note section over here for you to add extra notes. I'm not going to show you the front of this booklet because it has the hospital I'm birthing at and also some personal information of mine. But basically it tells you the levels that you need to stick to, what your blood sugar needs to be under when you test. Sorry, I just had an interruption from my toddler. Where was I? Everything you need to know is written on the front of the booklet they give you. So any numbers that you need to call, when you need to test, and what the parameters of your blood sugar level should be when you test during those times, if that makes sense. Then they get you to record it all in here. And also, this little machine keeps track of all of your recordings if you forget to write it down. Or so I've been told. I don't know how to go back and look at them because I just write them down straight away, but yes. I am almost due. I'm 8 minutes away from needing to test. So I'm just gonna go ahead and test now and show you guys how I do that. So here is everything you'll need. You can take this little machine out of its little case and also take the needle out. So this is what your little finger prick needle machine looks like. To load this, you take the cap off like this. As you can see, it already has a needle that I've used previously, so I'm going to dispose of that. The way I was told how to do that at the hospital is by keeping a hard plastic container such as like a milk bottle or something like that. I have a yogurt bottle that has sharps written on it. You write sharps on it, obviously. I've got sharps written on the lid and then also here. You keep all of your needles in here, and then when you're finished with it, you tape the lid down and just throw it in your regular rubbish bin. Not in the recycling, in the regular rubbish bin. That's what the hospital told me to do. This lever here loads your needle to shoot, and this one here, if you push it back the direction of the needle, actually pushes the needle out and into here. So obviously I now need a new needle in this thing. I'm going to just put that thing down, and this is what the needles look like out of the bag. So this is the bag they give you. And when you pull an individual needle out, this is what it looks like. So you can't prick yourself on it, it's all enclosed. Basically all you do is put it in until it clicks, and then you twist the top off like that. And now there is a new needle in there. You're going to replace the lid like that, and then just twist it on. And then to load it, like I said, you pull this down like that. And now it's loaded and ready to go. Keep in mind that you don't see the needle at any point. It's so fast, it just is in and out, and that's all. You don't actually see it. This is how I test. This is what I like to do because I am still perfecting it. There's a dial at the bottom of your finger pricker. I don't even know what it's called, but it's got numbers. Basically, these numbers indicate how far the needle will come out. I was told most people are a 3, so I've kept mine at a 3 the whole time and it's working fine. So I'm going to get out one of the little test strips that go into your machine and read your blood. This is what they look like. This is the end that is inserted into the machine, and see this line here on the end? You're going to be putting your blood onto the side of this line and it soaks up and moves across the line. So what I like to do, this is turned off as you can see. As soon as you insert this fully, it turns on, and if you don't prick your finger in time, it actually times out and you'll be left with blood on your finger, and you'll have to try and pull the little stick out and put it back in to try and get it to turn on, all while, you know, juggling your blood on your finger. So basically, I just sit it in there and don't push it in yet, like that. This is just how I do it. Now, I'm gonna get my loaded needle machine and pick which finger I'm going to use. They generally tell you to rotate, so you're not gonna be doing it on the tip of your finger, you're doing it on the side of your finger, but not on the very side like this. That's how I hurt myself the first day. Still kind of like underneath on the meaty part of your finger. What the midwives at the hospital told me to do was do this side of the finger, and then do the other side of the finger, and then change hands, if that makes sense. So you're not pricking the same spot too many times. So I'm just gonna pick a finger because I honestly don't even know what finger I'm up to at this point. I'm going to do my middle finger on my left hand. So I've made sure that my needle is loaded and I push it up against my finger. Now, you have to put a little bit of pressure into this. Not heaps, but just enough that the needle is going to actually touch you. This white button here is what gets the needle to come out into your finger. So if you listen carefully, you'll be able to hear the needle. And then you can squeeze the blood out. And now I push this in here like this so that it turns on. As you can see, there's a little blood drop on the screen. That means that it's ready to collect your blood. So I use the line of the strip and I place it right next to my blood so that it soaks up. The machine counts down from 5 and then will give you your blood reading. Are you joining me, baby? Come here. Okay. Yeah, there is fish. So I am in no way a professional at this. I've only just been diagnosed with it and got all of these things probably like 3 days ago. Yeah, about 3 days ago. So I've only been doing this for 3 days. You wanna get down? No. Okay, go watch Cookie Monster. Sorry about that. So I myself am still learning what works best for me. I'm just gonna dispose of my needle now. So that is how I test my blood sugar levels. That's how we were taught to do it at the hospital that I'm birthing at. I'd be interested to see how different it is anywhere else in the world or just in Australia. Keep in mind, this machine records all of your readings. When I'm finished, I obviously just put it all back in here and then back in my little pouch thing. I need to take this everywhere that I go because if I happen to be out during a time I need to test, I need to be able to test. Also keep in mind, they tell you that you need to wash your hands before you do this test. I also like to keep a box of tissues by my side while I'm doing this test because obviously it gets messy with the blood. Anyway guys, I am going to end this video here. Sorry if it seems all over the place. The times that I have to test just happen to be when my toddler is awake. So this is the only time I can film this video. But if you enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe if you want to follow our journey and give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!